All right, welcome everybody. Very, very pleased to be joined by my good friends and colleagues in government and others. The reason why we're here, I got to do a little history, is we all know that this is a beautiful little spot, not just in Staten Island, but across the city. An iconic bridge. People took wedding photos here. People would fish off of here. Great memories. And out of the blue, one day, we saw this hideous, ridiculous-looking fence put on top of both of these walls here and across the street. The local DOT commissioner, a great person in Roe Carolina, was left out of the loop. And the city, in its infinite wisdom, came along and said, Staten Island, you're getting this. The people of this community rightfully stood up and protested, and I applaud them for knowing what the right thing to do is. This is their community, and the elected officials here stood with them and united, along with the civic associations, to say we're going to fight this. We made our voices heard loud and clear. We indicated that we weren't going to stop. We've been trying to diplomatically work behind the scenes with the administration to highlight the error of their ways. They were given the rationale for the bridge, for the fence, was because it was above a highway, which it's not. They said it was above a railroad, which it's not. They said it was a navigable waterway, which it's not. Right. So all these reasons, we were just trying to, for lack of a better phrase, use common sense to say, take the fence down. We announced a couple of days ago that we thought we exhausted every effort and time was of the essence because we knew they were plotting to put these fences in other parts of Staten Island, other parts of the city, and they would just multiply the mistakes. So we announced that we were planning to sue. We lined up, once again, law firm of Mark Fonte and Lou Gelomino, who agreed to take this case pro bono. Former Judge Phil Stranieri had agreed to do the paperwork. So we had everything lined up to sue. And that's what we came here today to do, to announce that we were going to proceed with a lawsuit. But yesterday, we got an early Christmas present because thanks to Mayor Eric Adams, and only Mayor Eric Adams, along with the voice of this community, this fence will be coming down. Merry Christmas. And I really want to, I've been in government, I've been in and out of government. A true leader steps in when the people underneath them do something silly, and the temptation is just to cover the bases, cover the tracks, and say tough luck. And some people in that agency were saying it. But Eric Adams overruled them and did what was right for Staten Island and for you. So I know it's cold here. I know it's starting to snow here. Perhaps we need a bigger fence. No, just kidding. I just really want to say Staten Island came together. God bless you all. And I just want to call up folks here behind me to speak. As you might know, Martling Avenue dissects two council districts. One belonging to David Carr, one belonging to Camilla Hanks. You guys choose who wants to come up first.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's give it up for our Borough President, Vito Fossella. So this is what happens when government actually works. You call us, you tell us what's wrong, we address it, and then the person at the top listens to us. That's all that's there to say. But everyone behind me, in all levels of government, whether it be federal, state, and city, Staten Islanders work together, and it's because of you. An educated constituent is our best customer. Merry Christmas!
Well said, colleague. I also want to thank the Borough President for his amazing leadership on this issue, and my colleague, Councilmember Hanks, and all my colleagues and all the community members who stood up and gave voice to their concern about these ridiculous fences. The Borough President said it, right? We've been peeling back the onion on why these fences were put up, and as it always happens, once you peel it back enough, there's nothing there. And so here we are with finally the correct decision. We tried to address things with DOT. The other couple weeks ago, the BP, the council member, and I went to the deputy mayor's office, and it's to the credit of our mayor, Eric Adams, that he heard us loud and clear, that he understood that this was a mistake, that this should never have happened, that the due diligence, that the notifications were not done, the consultation with the community was not done, and at the end of the day, there's no need for any fence here. And that's what's going to happen. And so I thank the mayor, his senior advisor and former State Senator Diane Savino is here. We thank you, Diane, for your help. And we just couldn't be happier that Christmas has come early and that this will not be the winter of our discontent. We will be very happy. So God bless everyone.
Very good. Thank you very much, Camilla and David. Thank you for being such great partners. And a person who's very familiar with this area and has been a sort of champion behind the scenes, our great district attorney, Michael McMahon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Borough President. And I think we've all made it very clear that we were never on the fence about this fence. And we certainly took offense at this fence. And
Strike three.
I am very happy to be able to say that this is a moment where you see such a great force, energy on Staten Island, really led by our elected officials here who are all going to speak, and I'm so happy to be a partner with them. It's an honor. But our civic associations, Forest Regional, Silver Lake, Port Richmond Strong, Clove Lakes, all these groups came together and said, this is not right. This bridge means so much to us. I fished here. I know it was in the 19th century, as the Borough President will remind you. I actually knew Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn personally.
And his father.
And their father. He's always the age thing, right? But I'm going to get him now because, let's face it, this is Borough President Vito Fossella's Ronald Reagan moment. Because when he and his colleagues said, Mr. Mayor, tear down this fence, they listened and the fence came down, and it's a great day. It's a great Merry Christmas holiday gift for us all. God bless you all, and thank you, Mr. Borough President, and your team.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got a great Christmas present. Our granddaughter, Riley Parker, was sent home yesterday from us. The fence is great. I'm not fencing around with that.
So proud.
As David mentioned, we had a call a couple weeks ago with the deputy mayor's office in a very reasonable, rational conversation. They listened, and one of the strong voices on that call was our council member, Joe Borelli. Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Thank you. I just want to commend the West Brighton community for having the patience. I know many of you would have been out here with your crowbars and your power tools very soon, but thank you for giving us at least a few weeks to try to get this done. The truth is, this is really a great team effort, and it did take the mayor to overrule what some of the agencies have decided to do. It just underscores how often there's a disconnect between policymakers in City Hall and these bureaucratic agencies and what communities really want, specifically with DOT. These are people who put bike lanes where they're not needed or wanted. They take away parking where it's needed. They want to put this and that and everywhere. They do road diets where no one asks for a diet. In fact, we probably want, the Thanksgiving ham to come out and give us more road. I just hope this causes the mayor to really consider reining in some of these agencies and some of the discretion they have to not listen to communities when they're so clear and so vocal about issues. So thank you.
Thank you, Joe. And I also want to acknowledge the presence and efforts of former State Senator Diane Savino. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. Another guy who was with us from day one in opposition was Assemblymember Sam Pirazzolla. Sam?
Good morning. Merry Christmas, everybody. I don't have any fence jokes, so you're going to have to forgive me. But you know, the saying goes, you don't mess with Staten Island. But this really isn't so much to do, you don't mess with Staten Island. This is really about sovereignty, a community sovereignty. The guidelines that they used to put up this fence really just didn't exist. And I really have to say that I'm very, very proud to stand here today with my colleagues in government, and specifically the city government and the borough president, because they're really the ones who got this job done. And even though in politics things get contentious sometimes, we have to thank Eric Adams, the mayor, for sitting with them and talking to us and getting it done. So a shout out to Eric Adams. Thank you for listening. And everyone, Merry, Merry Christmas. Have a very good New Year.
Well done, Sam. Thank you very much. And a good friend of all of ours, Assemblymember Charles Fall. Charles?
Maybe it's cold outside. It's cold outside. Mr. Borough President, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your leadership in making this happen. Thank you to my colleagues in government for coming together and supporting this effort, and to our community groups for making their voices heard. Here on Staten Island, we care about how our communities look like, and we care about this section of the community. And these fences, it ruins the aesthetics of this area. And I'm happy they're coming down. And I'm thankful for the Borough President's leadership. Merry Christmas to you all and Happy Holidays.
Thank you, Charles. As been mentioned here in the last, but certainly not least, some of the civic associations are here. Nick, are they here? Yes, they are. Thank you. Sorry. Is Neil here from the Forest Regional Residents Civic? No? Okay. Mark, you want to say a few words, Mark? From Westerly Civic? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much for common sense prevailing. That's about all I have to say. But thank you, Borough President, for your leadership here.
How about a bridge joke?
No.
I was waiting for not common sense, but common fence.
That's a fence too far.
That's a fence too far. All right, from St. George Civic, Risha, you want to say a few words? Come on, Risha.
Always good to see you. Thank you. Okay. Hi, good morning, everybody. I want to say thank you to all of the communities that actually came out and actually voiced their concerns about the fence. They came out to all of the different community meetings, and this is what community is. We're united together on different things. We can agree to disagree on a lot of stuff, but when we come together and unite, this is what happens. Thank you for elected officials to listening to us. And yes, we had our crowbars and wire cutters ready. We did have that. And definitely it's nice to see that everything ended on a positive note at the end of the year. So thank you everybody. Thank you all our elected officials.
Thank you very much, Risha. We were with you with the crowbars. You can take the boy out of South Beach, but you can't take the South Beach out of the boy. All right, is Lindy here? Did I see Lindy? You want to say a few words?
Don't fence us in, okay? Seriously, came out here a month ago, took off some time for work, did the same today. I'd like people to keep coming out because we can make a difference. Apathy is not our friend. You all coming together and you all listening to us, we get stuff done. So thank you, and seriously, do not fence Staten Island in. We're not playing. All right, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindy. Thank you, Lindy. Is Liz here from the Clove Lakes Civic? Liz? Oh, you want to say a few words, Liz? You sure? Yeah, I'm good. All right. And where's Pat? Pat, come on up. Pat Siller.
Okay, so I'm not here as a representative of the Hamilton Towers Foundation, although it is my family's foundation. But what I do want to say is very simply that I was here at the last rally, and then coming back to this rally. And when the announcement was made, I, honest to God, brought tears to my eyes. I am so happy. My husband Frank and I walk in this park all the time, and whoever said about united, all of us together, I called your office and I received the same message, and I am grateful to Staten Island and to all of you and our neighbors. Thank you. This is a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Thank you, Pat. And best to Frank, the Siller Foundation and Tunnel to Towers is by far one of the best organizations in the entire country. Thank you. We really do. They really are just amazing and growing just unbelievably. So they bring out the best in Staten Island. Port Richmond North Shore Alliance. Guys want to come up and say a few words? No? Anybody? You guys are good. Anybody else that I miss? Going once? Going twice? All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.